Good morning. It's Monday, July 18th, 2022. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Baguazhang, the 8 palm changes. I spent a lot of time last week covering the first palm change, the walking, stepping methods, beat up on how to walk, how to move generally. We're going to start accelerating the pace just a little bit today. I said we're going to do this, and here we are. Alright, so we have the first palm change we worked on, and we're going to work on the second palm change this week. Part of that, the goal for that, is to further develop that turning skill that we need. And we may stay with the first 2 palm changes for the next week. I'm not sure. We'll see how it looks on Wednesday. Let's get started. As we get started, as we have our warm-up sets, as we get started, I want to mention something that is been fundamental for me forever, and that is persistence, continuing, keep trying. What is it that will interfere with my doing this, whatever it is? Okay, and I did that over the weekend. Excuse me. One more time. Everything's fine until I start talking. Alright, so I had wanted to take a story that I've written and format it as a script, or present it as a script. And got part of the way into it, realized that, oh, this is so much more than just changing this and changing that. So I started working through it, and I started, what do I have, what do I don't have, what can I do, I ended up with an entire completed script. Every time I found something that I could not do, I didn't know how to do this, I wasn't sure about that, what can I do, was my next question. I can't do this. I don't know how. There it is. Part of it I still don't know how. I'm learning, alright, but I need to pay attention to that. What do I know? What do I not know? How do I find out? And what do I do with that? Alright, so what do I know? What do I not know? Well, I had the story, and I had a pretty good idea of what I needed. So I went and looked for some examples. And I said, how does what I've done match up with this example? What are the requirements? And there's a ton of them, by the way. What are the requirements for this? What do I have to do? And what am I trying to do? Because there's some differences between what I'm trying to do with a story and what I'm trying to do with a script. You connecting this? You should. What are we doing in Bagua? What are we doing in Xingyi? What are we doing in Taekwondo? What are we doing in Shaolin Lohan? What are we doing in Wudang Taiji? What are we doing in Qigong? Right? Different things. We should be paying attention to those differences. And that same idea that I applied, what do I have? What do I not have? Can I keep going? What can I do with what I have? Can I keep going? Do I let it stop me? Because I could have let it stop me. I could have said, no, I need to get this book because it's got the instructions and I need to go buy this book and read up on this so I can learn it. I still need to buy the book, I still need to learn it. But I didn't have to stop. There's some things that aren't quite correct. I didn't have to stop. Bagua practice. You don't have to stop. If these things aren't quite correct, keep going. Fix them as you go. There's some things that the only way that we're going to master them is practice. Feet back, shoulder width apart. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the shoulders. Pull up through the crown of the head. Hand circle in the front. Back around to both sides. Up along the center line. Reach out over the legs. Roll up. Smile. Keep the shoulders down and the arms open. Open through the shoulders, pull down, pull across through the middle of the back. Fingertips reach up. Elbows drop down. Follow your fingertips down. Reach out. Arch through the back. Use legs, not the lower back. Legs and hips here. One more time. Come to center. Don't stop. Keep going. Left side, right side. I'm going to turn to my right. You turn to your left. Out over the leg. Bend the knees. And roll up. Turn. Big circle. Stretch up through the center. One more time. Pull up out of the hip. Come to center. And go to the other side. Smile. Turn. As you turn through the hip. Engage the waist. And turn through the hip. And come to center. Elbows drop down. Wrists. Fingertips. Hands return to your sides. Alright, relax for a second. We're going to do leg work. And we want to pay special attention this morning to the holding strength in the supporting leg. We're going to use that. I'm also checking on the computers. I may have fixed the problem from before. Alright, right foot front, left foot back. Pay attention to your forward leg so that where my heel is, as you set that foot, push down in the heel, push down in the heel. You're still pushing down in the heel. You're not pushing your knee forward, you're pushing down in the heel. This leg, bend the knee just a little bit. so that instead of really pushing forward, you're going to set into and between. Hips are open, you can turn both legs. Push that back leg back. Yeah. Bend the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Sing. Keep going. And come on up. Other side. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Sing. Alright. And you notice that I'm going down with that back leg is bent. And that's precisely what I want in this exercise. I want the hips open, not stiff or locked, so that there's flexibility to move and turn. If the knee is locked, so straight and locked, that flexibility that I have through the hip is different. I don't have near as much flexibility as I might have great strength, and we use that. We use that in our forms, we don't ignore it, but we also want to pay much more attention to that resilient strength that comes from having the body be connected and supple, relaxed. Baguazhang, this idea of not being tense, but using all of the muscles, tendons, ligaments. You're using everything, but it's not tight and stiff. Okay? That tight, stiff, we don't want that. All right, we have stepping methods. We're going to review just a little bit. We have sliding step, we have a hook step, and we have the crab walk step to go side to side. Sliding step. Feet together, stand straight. Put your hands on your waist. Put your hands at your sides. I'll put my hands at my sides. And bend the knees. Left foot goes first. Slide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn around. And again. Slide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn around. Do it again. Right foot first this time. Bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And come back. Turn around. Bend. Right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You should, I think, be able to hear this brushing. We want that. I'm here. Bend feet. It's hard to see if I'm going forward, right? Slide here, and step. Notice that there's effort needed to keep the foot flat so that it slides. Okay? That relationship of the foot to the floor, flat. How much friction depends on your shoes, on the surface, and how well rooted you are, how much weight you choose to put into each of your steps. There's a part of my keeping my foot just enough that it doesn't, just enough weight on it and just high enough off the floor so that it doesn't stick to the carpet. A little bit more weight, it's going to stick to the carpet. Some with different shoes, it might stick to the carpet. If I got brand new sneakers with the grip stuff on the soles, they're going to stick to the carpet. That's what they're supposed to do. Alright? Managing that weight, managing your weight distribution through the leg is a big part of this stepping method, and for all of the stepping methods really, but particularly for this one because of what we're doing with the foot. In Xingyi, in Taiji, we pick up, and several other arts, we pick up the foot. We do something else with the foot. We have the forward step that sets the foot and a double step after in Xingyi. We have a rolling step through the heel in Taiji. This one, foot's flat on the floor and it stays there, more or less. The ability to do that comes through the back of the leg and the back of the hip. All right, so right here, this has to work and extend through the leg. The lower part of the calf, I'm going to put my coffee down when I do this. Yeah, there it is. I'm going to stand over here and do this. This part right here is the lower part of the calf. All of the small muscles there need to be able to work and extend so that the ankle moves. If the ankle's stiff and not flexing, the foot won't flex. That space through the ankle, so this bone pulls up. If you reach down, take the weight off your foot, and pull up here, and let your foot dangle, you can feel that space open up in the foot. That ankle isn't solid. We need to use it. Alright? As we go side to side, sidewalk, right? Spot where you're going so that the last place that your focus leaves is where you've been, and the first place it arrives is where you're going. Don't drift. Whichever direction you're going, don't drift. Hands at your sides. We're going to go this way, open to the right, and open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Back the other way. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close, close, open, close. When you set the foot, this is, we use this in all of our palm changes. Walk the circle and close. Walk the circle and close. That closed step, set both legs here to the center, except that this pushes out so that the inside pushes out, the outside pushes in and up. Sink into it. It's more solid than it seems. We use that as we turn. That, come around here, where am I going? Paying attention to your spot. This is my spot. This is my spot. I learned from dance, and that's what we call it, spotting. You pick a spot, that's what you come to. Spinning, you have to have that spot. I'm going to come back to this, I'm going to spin, I'm going to have it. I was never very good at spinning. I wasn't. I got to where I could do that one pretty good turn. It wasn't always perfect, but it was pretty good. It just that one up, and come down, up and come down. And I worked on it. I worked on that. The skill that I'm talking about, the spotting skill, that's what we need for Bagua. Because we're turning, all right? As we start the circle, we have this hook step that uses a literal hook around the foot to make the step. So, sliding step, going straight. My inside foot goes straight. I'm going to go this way. So, my left foot is going to go straight. Right foot comes through and hooks. Just a little bit of a hook. It's not this kind of hook, right? It is, but it isn't. Right? In practice, it's not. In application, it is. All right? So, yes, that is an application, and yes, we do have it. All right, that... Ouch. It's martial art. That sense of what we're doing that goes behind does make a difference. Right now, all we want to do is pay attention to this foot slides and hooks so that we can walk the circle. That hook step drives the circle. We don't have to do anything else, just that little hook step, and you walk in a circle. It's physics. That's what happens. All right, so I'm going to start over here. I'm going to go this way. Left foot to the inside, right foot to the outside, and then we'll go around 2 times, and we'll come back the other way. Hands at your waist. Don't worry so much right now, just pay attention to the footwork. So, hands at your waist. Sink. Left, hook, left, hook, left, hook, left, hook. Keep going. Hook right. And stop. Sink. Go back the other way. You're going to hook left. Right foot goes straight, left foot hooks. Right foot straight, left foot hook. Alright? I've talked about this before, I'm going to mention it again. And then we're going to add the hands. The leg works from the hip, not from the knee. There's a lot of work going on through the lower part of the leg, for sure. No question about it. We see that because that's, especially in a slower walk, that's what the apparent motion is. The motion needs to come through the back, through the hip here, to push the leg out. That push forward and slide is one of the things that we use in Bagua. We need to develop that skill. Alright, pants. As we start out, I'm going to start here. I'm going to go this way. No, I'm not. I'm going to go that way. And turn. Alright. Come back around. That opening from here, right here, turn. Do it again. Feet together, stand straight. Salute. open left, turn. Hands open. Come back around to the right side. Twist. Ready? Hook. Hook. Come on, let's go. Keep going. Hands to the center. Turn the waist. Alright, just stop for a second. We're going to do this again. We'll go the other side. Pay attention to, as you turn, this my hips are not straight ahead anymore. I'm going to turn to the inside. Straight, turn. As I walk the circle, this twist through the hips, through the waist, through the ribs, through the shoulders, to the inside of the circle helps keep us straight so we don't fall over. Really? Alright, let's go to the right side. See if I can do this from there. Salute. Open right. Come under. Look behind. Open left, twist. Bring your right foot around, hook. Keep walking the circle. Sink. Bend the knees. Alright, and stop. Alright, relax for a second. This opening is what we use for all of the palm changes. Okay? We can start one time and keep going so that we don't do the opening again. We can start each palm change from the same opening. So every time we're going to do the same opening. The practice methods, just like everything else, there's some basic stuff, there's some more advanced things, there's this, there's that. There are practice methods for walking the circle. There are practice methods for not walking the circle. I showed a little bit of that last time. We'll review it again today, where we're going through the first palm change to each side, but we're not walking the circle in between. So we have walking the circle, and we come back to our point of origin where we started. Make the palm change, walk the circle again. Come back to where we started, go back the other way. Every time we come back to the same place where we started, and we begin whatever the next palm change happens to be. It's one method. Another method, third one, remember I talked about changing from one side to the other without walking the circle. Now we have to walk the circle and we change at the same place every time so that we change direction, but we return to the same place to make that palm change. We also have a pattern, in my case, the earlier heaven pattern, that puts each of the gua, the trigrams, the 8 trigrams, each direction, north, south, east, west, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, on the circle, and each palm change corresponds to one of those points on the circle, so that as we walk the circle, the palm changes correspond to where we are on that circle. Each house direction has its own palm change. In that way, we practice developing both the skill to understand where those changes are, where am I supposed to make this change, how am I supposed to do it, and we understand a little bit more how Bagua is connected both physically through those palm changes, how we develop the energies and the skills for those turns through practice, through that type of practice. It's very much like Xingyi's 12 animals linking form. We're now going to link them all together. All right, that idea behind how we put our practice together. And there's also the philosophy and the folklore behind the Bagua, the meaning of each of the trigrams and the meaning of the 64 hexagrams in the Yi Jing that are composed of the 8 trigrams, combinations of the 8 trigrams, so 8 times 8 is 64, that has a philosophical connection in much the same way as we want to look at the philosophical connections from the early Taoist alchemists who wanted the golden pill. They actually tried to make a golden pill that people could eat. People died. They tried to make the golden pill. What they didn't realize was that we've already got that. And it's a metaphor for the Qi in the lower Tantian, that golden pill that brings us immortality. Well, we're not going to be immortal, but we can still feel better if we develop that Qi. Part of Bagua practice is designed to help develop that Qi, to help develop that energy. We bring in all of the energy that we're working with, and we work with a lot in the circles. We bring that in to help develop and cultivate our internal energy, our internal Qi. Jing and Qi are not the same. They work together. All right? So that sense of development of bringing that energy, bringing that Qi into what we're doing and developing it. That's the golden pill. That's not, it's not a thing you can take. It's part of what we do. And making that part of who we are opens lots of doors for further advancement. All right. As we move, this arm stays open. It's not here. It's not stiff. There's a little bit of play in both hands, and you can see, I'm doing this on purpose. You can see the movement here. As I'm walking the circle, you do not see that movement. Right. Either way, there should be that sense of liveliness and connection as you move. It shouldn't be, I'm out here waving my hands at things. No. The hands stay relatively still, but this little bit in here. Just a little, not a lot. Goes with. Alright, the first palm change. We covered that. Stopped. Walk circle. Stop. Come around to center. Outer hand pulls in. Inner hand circles with. Shift. Both hands up. Palms turn over, press out. Back leg's going to come around. Left hand tucks under. Turn. Open. Walk circle. We're going to do this in a minute with the come back to where we started idea. So we'll start here. Go around one time. First palm change. Turn around, go back the other way. First palm change. Feet together, stand straight. Salute. Relax the breath. Pull up through the center. Open the hips. Smile. And turn. Turn. Right hand to the center, walk circle. Stop and close. Open. Press out. Close. Come back around. Walk circle. Stop. Close. Open. Press out, close. And turn around, close. Come back to the right side. Go around again. 1. Stop. Close. Up on the other side. Press out. Turn. Come back to center. Walk the circle. Stop. Close. Up. Out. Come around. And open again. Alright, relax. This pattern should be 8 steps or 12 steps. I gave it this morning with 8. The foot that you're turning to is the one that stops you. Right foot to come around. If I'm going to stop on the left side, left foot comes around. I'm turning to the inside of the circle. We do have a turn to the outside of the circle. Wait, not yet. Alright, so this foot stops, turn to the inside. This foot stops, turn to the inside. Alright? Whether I am walking the circle or whether I'm doing this set without walking the circle, that idea of inside to inside, that my turn goes to the inside of my circle, not to the outside. Outside? No. Inside? Yes. Right? That sense of pulling in comes through the hands as well. My hands are out here. As I turn, the natural movement. I don't have to do anything with this hand. My shoulder's going to turn my hand to the front. My hand does move. It goes with. But that motion, again, we want to pay attention to the combination of what we're doing with each of the movable parts, not just what I'm doing with my hand. Okay? If I just do this with my hand, it's no good. It's something else. That's some other thing. No, don't do that. It's the whole body. Starts up here. Actually, it starts here, and it starts here. But let it start from here to bring that hand in. Roll the arm, drop the shoulder, drop the elbow, bring the hand in. That turn sets us up to keep going, right? This comes in, this comes up, this goes out. That circle, bring it in, up, and out. If we pay attention to that circle more than the direct line of force, so up, in, out. If I make it square, I lose momentum. I can't use this anymore. I stopped it, and it has to go out again. I stopped it, and it has to go out again. No, I want this. I want to keep going. All right. The more rooted, the more solid, and not stiff, but solid. And the more precise your movement, the faster you can move. Seriously. You think, I can blur this a little bit and it'll be faster. No. The more precise, the more you apply this idea of the circles and how we connect that with the internal energy, the faster you will be able to move. And I repeat this probably for the entire class. Bagua doesn't move slowly. It doesn't. We practice some relative slow motion, but it's not intended to move slowly. The dynamic of the form is such that we want to move quickly, and these turns, which direction am I going and how am I turning, that's going to make much more difference later on. Alright, so right foot to center, step out, close, open, step out, push, close, right? As we turn, pay attention to right now, pay attention to the flow. So, I'm here, right foot to the center, close the left around to the outside, right hand comes in, shift onto the left, up on the right, ready to step out on the right, close the left around, turn, open the left, step around with the right, close, up, out, same thing again. Now step around with the right, turn, open, step around with the left, shift, come around, open, close, up, out, bring it right around, open right, bring left to the center, up, out, turn, left front, close the right, keep going, close, close, keep going, and last time, close. Stay there. All right, that rhythm and that type of practice where we're turning one side to the other without walking the circle. Let's go back to where we were here. Spot. Pay attention to where your spot is, right? Which direction am I going? Where's my foot? Where's my hand? Wait a minute, right? That sense of direction and coordination is something that we have to develop. It's not automagical, and it's harder than some of the other practices that I teach, because we are absolutely changing direction. We're going on a circle. We're turning around this way. We're turning around that way. It's not face front, take 3 steps, right? No, we don't. It's not that direct. Bagua is that indirect, in the middle, go either way. Hadn't decided yet, right? That sense of how we turn, how we move, which direction am I going, is fundamental for what we're doing in Bagua. Those 8 directions. Yeah, we're supposed to be paying attention to those. We are. Which direction am I going? Knowing that, when you're spinning, when you're going around in a circle, when you're trying to, where am I supposed to be here? Isn't as easy as on a straight line. If we don't acknowledge that, if we don't pay attention to, well, yeah, it's harder, it's easy to get defeated. It's easy to say, no, I can't do that. I don't have the right instruction book. I don't have this. I don't have that. Well, here we are. All right. That instruction book that I needed, I found part of it. I already knew part of it. And the part that I don't know, I'm going to go back and work on it. Same thing here. I got this part, don't have that part, need to go back and work on it. As we turn, right, I'm here. This is this direction, right? If I've started here, which probably you're going to see me start here most of the time. If I make this position Chin, heaven, 3 solid lines. Opposite me is Kun, 3 broken lines, earth. That distinction in Bagua gives me my direction. I'm standing in the south facing to the north. That's north, this is south. This has got to be east, and that's got to be west. All right? Whether that's my actual orientation on the planet, that is my orientation. It's beneficial if it can be. But if it's not, how we find the points in the circle. That's my direction. As I turn, and I'm going to come back to right here where I am. All right. Come around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And close. To the center. Open to the right. Press out to the right. Close around the right and open to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Close. Up. And come back around. That stepping method. 8 steps in turn. Each of the 8 directions. It's what we want to pay attention to. If I'm going to work the pattern, and I'm seeing my trusty error message up over here. Slow it down a little bit, and I'm going to wind up here pretty quick. The point at which I'm going to turn. Start here. This remains the same. It's first 2 palm changes. Now, I have not fully introduced the second palm change yet. I promised to do some of that this morning, so I will. Let me see what I got going on here. All right. Okay. So I'm monitoring the technical issue here. I had part of it solved, I thought, and part of it's back. I am not going to stop right now. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. I'm going to slow myself down just a little bit. The recorded version will be okay. And I know part of what the problem is. I need to limit. Now, let me say this. I know what I can do to try and work on this. I'm going to do a couple little more things. I'm not going to take up class time with other stuff. Don't want to do it. Don't want to do it. All right, second palm change. Very similar to the first palm change. Talked about this before. I'm here. Going to the inside. Step. Come up. Press out. Left hand comes under. Right hand splits down. Drop the elbow. Left hand splits up. Turn to the inside. Both hands come up as you turn and split down. My left leg, going to the inside of the circle here. Left leg is to the back. 60%, 70, closer to 70% of my weight on this leg. Knee is bent. Right leg extended. Knee is still bent. Waist turns to open. My step has to be such that I can move through it to close. Because that's what I have to do next. So if I extend my leg out, way out over here, am I going to be able to get through the turn into the other leg? For me, the answer is yes. This is stronger right now. Right? So depending on how much force I have, depending on, and that's part of why I'm down here with this, depending on how much force I'm using here, and how strong my supporting leg is, whichever side I'm on, gives me where I can be to make this turn. Too high? Too low? No. We want the middle. Alright, so let me slow it down. Second palm change. Right foot front. Right hand to the center. Close. Left steps around. Right hand circles in. Shift onto the left, both hands up. Palms turn over, step out. Close step, left hand tucks under. Right hand split down, left hand splits up. Turn to the center of the circle, both hands down, both hands up, and circle down, open. I'm going to start here. Same. Going to be a different angle. Right hand to the center, right foot front. Close right. Shift left. Both hands up. Step out. Close the left under. Split. Both hands down. Step behind, turn. Split down. And come on up on the other side. Alright, this doesn't happen slowly. The change from one side to another, from up and down, and then spin back and close, and then start in the other direction, takes that centering and that sense of placement and balance that I've been talking about. Hand to the center, right hand. Walk circle. Ready? Go. Right hand, close in, up, out, close left, open right. Come around. Left, close, up, out, turn, open. Second palm change. And close right. Shift, out, close, split, turn, open, close, and come around. Relax. We're going to do this again. Just the second palm change. I got my connection back over here. Alright, so with just a second palm change, pay attention to the spin as we come down. Pay attention to your spot. Where am I going? That spot? Pay attention to that too. Second palm change, right side. Right foot front. Right to the inside. Walk the circle first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right foot to the inside and close, up, step out, close. Split, turn, open, close. Ready to go to the other side. Let me do this from here. Just watch one time. Keep going. Just like here, we can keep going. We're going to keep going. We're going to work on that this week. I'm going to stop here for today with this. This is second palm change, and we are going to be working on that this week. The foundations, first palm change, before that, the footwork, basic posture, basic position, make all the difference in being able to do this. Paying attention to this idea that we're working a circle on a circle and that it's not easy is also something I encourage you to do. Okay? It's not easy. It's okay, but it's not easy. Alright, I will be back tomorrow with more of this. Wednesday, again, Bagua. Thursday and Friday, Qigong. I hope you'll join me. Thank you.